Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I want to show you guys how to modify your egg tumbler so that you can have a better success rate without having the unit fail for you. So a lot of the egg tumblers come in a very similar design like this. So when you buy them at the store or whatever, it'll be very similar, right? So you'll have some sort of airline here that controls how much flows go into the egg tumbler, and the flow basically goes down here and it gets pumped back out to here. So the way it works is air gets pumped into this tube here and you'll have bubbles that come out of here, and then it forces water to come through the sponge here, and then it goes all the way down here where it gets returned out where the air bubbles are out. So I use the egg tumbler a lot for pleco eggs, especially when the dad kicks the eggs out of the cave. I've actually had it fail on me 3 or 4 times already. And so it's really devastating to have, like, you know, a clutch of eggs and all of a sudden the next day, you know, all the eggs are rotten or fungusy because of a unit like this failing to aerate the eggs. I'm gonna explain the 2 ways that this actually failed for me, and I'm gonna show you guys how to modify this so that it won't fail for you ever. All right, so on one of the failures, I'm gonna open this up here. I'll show you guys down here. I don't think you guys can see it, but let me go ahead and do this. Take this completely out. All right, so you can see here, there is a metal mesh here that's very, very small. This prevents the fry, so it goes in like this here. It prevents the fry from getting sucked up and out of the egg tumbler. And I had this unit clogged up on me so that water couldn't exit. And so this egg tumbler was just basically stagnant where there was no flow at all coming into the eggs and circulating. So what I found, especially for pleco fries, is during hatching and all the way to the wiggler stage, they're not going to come out of this area at all. They actually tend to stay kind of like really low down here. And even if they come up here, this egg tumbler is in a separate tank anyways. And if they do go out into the tank, they're out in the tank. By the time the fry is already, you know, able to swim around freely, I'm already releasing the fry into the tank anyways. So one of the things I highly suggest you do is remove this mesh here. It could be easily removed and added back in if you ever needed it. You can just poke it like that and it comes out like so. It looks like this here, right? And now you have a air hole that will never ever get clogged on you. All right, so the second failure that happened to me was actually on the sponge. So with the sponge here, it helps prevent from anything coming down and getting trapped into the eggs here. If you already have this in its own separate tank, the sponge doesn't really matter. So what happened in my case was this clogged. Like, as any filter, you know, over time, this gets dirty, it gets clogged. And basically water couldn't go through this sponge anymore, and so this tumbler was stagnant because water couldn't get forced down to this tube. My suggestion is either wash this every time you're done with it or every couple of days to guarantee that you have adequate flow, but the best way to get around this is actually having it completely open like this, where there's nothing that's going to block it. Again, if you're going to have this tumbler in a separate tank with nothing else in the tank, having it open will cause no harm to the eggs. You'll have maximum flow and you can adjust your airflow perfectly for it. Now, if you do have something in the tank where you need, you know, to block this, I suggest getting a bigger mesh size that will block the hole. So for example, all I did was I grabbed a bigger mesh similar to what was here, right? This one's super thin. I just had ones that were a lot bigger, and all you need to do is cut it to size, and you can kind of put it in between here to block it, like so, right? Again, you'll have to still check this to make sure that debris, plant, or whatever doesn't get in here and clog it. So I normally keep the pleco fry in with a shrimp tank, and little shrimps like to kind of get in here, and this will help block them. It won't block the babies, but it will block the adult shrimps. Now, if you look at this egg tumbler now, where everything is kind of just opened, this right here is 100% guarantee it won't ever fail on you. So if you do get fungus on the eggs, you'll know 100% sure that probably the eggs aren't fertilized, or the eggs have gone bad. Alright guys, I hope this tip and modification will help you guys succeed on your fries. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you guys are subscribed, and like always, till next time guys, peace.